Now, the story begins way back, around 66 million years to be precise. This is at the end of the Cretaceous period, where the first known, albeit primitive, members of grass, which fell within the Animalcluidae subfamily. And then, as you know, the meteor hit. And the rest is history. The grass family has become the most economically important plant family on Earth, providing over half of all dietary energy and covering 70% of Earth's landmass. So where are we? Oh yes, my farm.
我在北京
I've set myself quite the big challenge, and I knew that each and every decision that I made along the way would count towards my success. Now, this first major choice was game difficulty. I didn't have to spend long pondering this choice, as it was quite simple. New farmer mode, which is easy mode, is for babies, and start from scratch. Let's hear about start from scratch. I once spent an entire 3-day weekend playing this game.
What the dog doing?
I was only able to grow one small field of wheat, which got me 8,000. Nothing. This wasn't merely 1 or 2 hours a day either. This is from the moment I woke up to the moment when I went to sleep. It was absolute misery, which comes to why I even thought playing this game for a video would be any sort of fun. I knew what I was getting into. The whole reason I'm rambling on like this is because I'm afraid there won't be enough interesting moments to make this a remotely enjoyable video. I don't know.
Perhaps it's testament to human stubbornness. It has helped us achieve many things. It is our will to stick through to the end, which is why we shall persevere throughout everything thrown at us. It is why we still cling to this Earth, why we dare to cling to many other worlds in our galaxy. We will not go quietly into the night.
We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
That was pretty cringe. So there I was, Ravenport, an idyllic rural American town. But there was only one thing to make it better. Industrial agriculture. I've cast a big net with only using grass to make money, because it encompasses anything from wheat to corn. But what I had apparently heard is that 2 methods of making money are slightly better than the rest. One of them is silage, and the other, sugarcane. I don't really know what silage is, to be honest. Probably like fermented grass or something, from what I gathered in the game. And everyone knows what sugarcane is. And it is said that 1,000 liters of sugarcane in the game can earn you $40,500 per hectare. Before I can begin, however, I need land. So I found a nice little patch for around 300k, and I bought it. This would get me far. For silage production, I would need grass. So I bought the Krone BIG M450. I got a really epic tractor, and a trailer that could pick the grass up off the ground. Then for sugarcane, I bought a plow, a planter, a harvester, and a trailer. So after terraforming the land around my field, I could place a silage bunker where the silage would be gathered up, composted, all that stuff, whatever. I don't know what it does, but you need it. Shortly afterwards, I could start some real work.
This is a certified hood classic. What the dog doing?
I'm riding through the fields and you ain't gonna stop me. Making all this money, I am driving Santa and you driving Jackie. Walking in my field and you're going easy. Whoa, seeing all the screen, think you're going crazy. I'm already on top, your eyes just getting lazy. Doing these beats, let the plow be being dragged like my cash, cause it's so bad. Yeah, I would regret playing this game, and I'll be okay. I'm just trying to fill out the time so it was worth it. Cause the end is disappointing, I'm surprised. I didn't scrap this, I promised my other videos are better, but I deleted them cause of copyright infringements. One day I'ma have 20 subscribers, but right now I'm on only 5 subscribers. Yeah. People have the promise and you can change that, but now back to the video.
Quite something, huh? So, with my silage fermented, I can now ready it for transport. But of course the method of moving it with conveyors into some sort of trailer was for some reason very complicated. I tried with one belt, Then I bought an attachment for that belt, but on my way to the field I flipped the tractor, got it stuck, sold it, bought a new one, and when I finally did arrive at the farm, it didn't fit. So yeah, that was pretty cringe. But luckily, the other solution was right under my nose, the suck trailer. All was well, I was filling the bad boy up, and then of course, another problem struck. The white sheet covering the silage didn't want to come off. So I tried buying an attachment for my tractor to use a bucket, because it apparently removes the sheet as you're driving over it, but that didn't work. I bought some forklift thing which actually did work. So I returned to the farm with a new tractor, flipped it, got it stuck, sold it, bought a new one again, and got all the silage, sold it. But all I made was 8,000. Disappointing for sure. So I cut down all the trees in my land, out of anger, so I wouldn't take it out on the next person walking past my field. It was fine. Make a lot from the sugarcane, right? In theory, yes. In reality, no. I turned up the game speed and waited for that beautiful cane to grow. Once it was ready, my breath was taken away by its green beauty. Took that harvester, and I cut away at her fields, salivating at the thought of the money I'd make. This field was no longer an object, it was my savior. Why had I ever decided that this endeavor would be a good choice to spend my money on? It didn't matter, however. As now, I thought that this was what would save me from inevitable financial ruin. But you see this stuff coming out of the funnel? That's all my money, being thrown into the ground. And of course, I assumed that I could pick it up later with the suck trailer. How foolish was I? And once the realization dawned upon me, I made an impulse decision. I piled up a tremendously high tower of dirt with the remainder of my funds. I got to the top, and I jumped.
White people be like, black people be like.
I survived though, obviously. Freaking idiot. And I ended up growing a ton of weed. Sold that, made a few million, and, well, the rest is history. So yes, I lied. I did actually make all my money off of weed. And yes, I do possess with the intent to distribute, but I know how to make it up to you. Yeah, you enjoyed that weed.